Hey fellas, good to see you, good to see you. Last week I forgot to mention, I added an entire new game mode, which was the Endless. This tower in the middle of the scene will spawn an enemy every single second, and basically they won't stop coming until you die. So, pretty fun, just see how long you last. But there's a lot of things that I want to add to that. So if you've ever played Call of Duty Zombies, you'll know what I want to do with it. I want to add like power-ups, perks, regions that are locked and you pay money to unlock those regions of the map. Like adding harder enemies on different rounds. I need to make a round-based system to notify the player, because currently it's just it's like spawn these enemies for 60 minutes, and if they stay alive for 60 minutes, they win essentially, which is a pretty funny coding thing. So if anyone wants that challenge, have at it. Anyway, shall we continue to day 8? So, in day 8, I was making YouTube shorts, and I was like, do you know what? I know I can make a flying enemy, because I broke the code for it at one point, and it just kind of happened. So I took a picture of that code that was broken, and then I copied it as best I could, and put it into a new enemy with new sprites. And for some reason, the flying enemies were only staying on the same Y level. So let's say this is where my player is, and this is where the flying enemy's Y position is. It would kind of just float above the player, and I was like, hang on, this should have just worked. So I was looking in the code, and I was like, right, this one piece of code, this one line of code is stopping it from just going wherever the hell it wants. So I just took that out, and it works beautifully now. I do need to replace the death animations for the flying skull sprites, as currently it's just the death animation for the regular enemies. So look forward to seeing that short soon. So bam, new enemy to Tower of Lies, the flying skull. I'm kind of toying with adding fire particles to this skull enemy. On one hand, it would look cool as hell having like this flying skull on fire coming towards you, but also I feel like just having a plain skull just going it's like so creepy. I mean, I was testing it out in the imported world, and I was like, oh! Day 9. I knew I wanted an inventory system for the game, but I wasn't really sure how to structure it. So what I did was I got a notepad and I got a pen, and I just started drawing what I wanted to put inside of my game. In Dark Souls you have 4 ring slots, but in my game you have 5. Therefore, my game is better than Dark Souls. So the idea that I had in my head is, when you equip a ring inside of your equip slot, your hand will now update with that ring on whichever corresponding finger it is. I know that's going to take a lot of effort, but I really want that to happen, and I'm going to make that happen. But how do you make an inventory system? I have no idea, so I had to follow this tutorial. This tutorial is amazing, although I have never understood anything less in my entire life. There is so many scripts that you need to handle an inventory system and make it function as intended. But thank you, for the love of God, for making this video. You are a gem. With this guy's knowledge and tutoring, and my absolute perseverance to get through these bloody bugs that I kept having, I finally managed to get it to work. On day 10, I wanted to focus on how the UI looked, and in its current state, it looked like dog shit. So what I wanted to do was add my own artistic flair, which is literally just GIMP and tracing over someone else's work. So I took the inventory system of Minecraft and used that as a template, and then jerry-rigged the Minecraft inventory into a shape that would display the inventory how I wanted it to look, and it looks phenomenal, might I add. Although the equip slots do not work in its current state, everything else works as intended. I'm so happy with it. Day 11. So this pretty much made it look exactly like Minecraft. You can drop and pick up items that you leave on the ground, or that are already left on the ground for you. And my plan is to plop little things around the environment. Like, I'll put a ring there, I'll put a potion there, I'll add a lore piece over there for the player to then find and pick up. And that works phenomenally. Although, it does tend to break whenever an enemy walks into an item, so I do have to fix that bug before I release it. This is amazing. Now we have collectibles we can hide inside of the different levels of my game. Terrific. I'm so happy with that. On day 12, I was absolutely sick of looking at code. It was driving me absolutely mental, and I needed a break. But I still wanted to work on the game. So what happened was I got my favorite skeleton girl, Millie, and we started drawing character art and concept art and ideas for the game. And let me tell you, you are in store for something absolutely horrifying, and I cannot wait to implement it, but it's not ready yet. You'll just have to look at our drawings and draw your own conclusions. So yeah, day 12 was just workshopping and world building and making character art. Day 13. Now, day 13, I was mainly playtesting the game, you know, checking things that were working as intended, like if I open the escape menu, does that now open the inventory menu for some reason? That was a problem I've been having for a while. Anyway, I managed to fix that bug with a lot of broken mouses and broken keyboards, so all is good. Also, playtesting lets you know what's fun or not. If something's not fun, you can tell immediately. You go, well, I don't want to play this anymore. And I wasn't feeling that as much now, which is good. Like, casting mana, waiting for that to recharge. I felt that was pretty good. It gives a level of strategy, so I was like, yes, you've made the right choice there. Day 14. Honestly, I have no idea what I did on day 14, probably fixing some code. Now, this is what you've all been waiting for. How much money have I made on my game, Tower of Lies, in its first 2 weeks? Well, let me tell you, I've made a lot of money. Yeah. $22. So yep, I made $22. Is what I would say if I did make $22. Because the game is hosted on Steam, Steam takes 30% of everything you make. So actually, I've made $15. Is what I would say if I did make $15. Because actually, Steam will take the first $200 you make off of your game. So actually, I've made $0. Which is what I would say if I made $0. Because I actually spent 80 quid to get Steam to put my game on the store, so I've actually made minus $80. So was it worth it? I mean, I'm hoping it'll pay off eventually. To be honest, I will increase the price of the game once it's in a better state. So if you want to buy the game now, it will be cheaper than if you buy it in the future, because I'm going to put it at like maybe £5 or £8 once it's fully done. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that all of the new people that have been enjoying my shorts are having a great time. I don't know if you watch these videos, it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, I must thank my patrons. Can we get a huge thank you to Bambolina and Fabia? You thought I was going to say Fabia first, didn't you? Gotcha. And thank you to all of my $1 Patreon members. Your support is amazing, and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have a Discord, by the way. You can talk to my girlfriend. You can make new friends. You can help me make dating sims. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Pump the stock on the Patreon if you want to be thanked and have a credit at every video. I know that some people might like that, and it supports me dearly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!